Talking Dicks. We're dicks and we're talking. Welcome back. Today we have a special guest on the Talking Dicks, and my buddy Al in Tampa is going to tell us who the special guest is.
Yeah, very special guest today. If you've cruised on Royal Caribbean, you're probably familiar with him. He's usually found on the newest, the largest ship. He was a comedy club host in the comedy club, turned himself into a killer act, and now he's just another comic.
Stage destroyer.
Yeah, he's the guy you don't want to follow. That's kind of what we refer to him as, the guy you really don't want to follow. He's got it. He's got all the skills.
Monster skills on
the
stage.
Tricks. I always tell you, I know his tricks. I know what he does. There's a lot of tricks.
It's hard to follow the Grand Slam. Believe me, I've been there.
But let's welcome Simeon Kirkley.
All right, Simeon Kirkley.
Yay!
There he is.
Thank you for having me. Yay!
Thanks. How's it going so far through the pandemic? Well,
It's wonderful. We should do this every year. Oh,
things must be pretty rough for you now that you're on the two dicks, or the Talking Dicks rather. I mean, it's all up from here. It's all going to go up from here.
Well, it's two more dicks than I had, so things are looking up.
Very good, very good.
Before this year, Simeon, what was your longest? What was the break? Your longest vacation from the ships?
My longest break was probably 8 weeks, I'd imagine. I had been doing 10 months consecutively every year for the last 10 years.
Wow.
10 months.
So what is that? 10 times, is that 100 months at sea?
Yeah.
10 times 10. That would be 100.
Very good at the math. I'm going to check that with my accountant, but that was. But not only is he now a very funny comedian, but he's multi-talented. You're a singer. You've been an activities manager, a DJ, a cruise director. Am I getting this all accurate? You wear many hats.
I wear many hats. I was never a DJ, but that's okay.
Do you have a two dicks hat?
I'll fix it.
That's the kind of hat you want.
I can put a playlist together and go have lunch. So you can call me.
Okay,
What about the guy in the chair spinning? Have you ever done that?
No, I've never.
The water show guy?
No, the Sufi. He's a Sufi artist.
Oh, is that what he's called?
I believe that's what it's called.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know there was an actual name for that. I've never seen that either. I just know your joke. I've never seen the guy do it. I just based that on your joke that you do about a guy going in circles or something outside the Aqua Show, or before the Aqua Show.
And you can always learn something here on the Talking Dicks as well, and that's why we have guests. We pick their brain, and they give us information. So thank you for that.
He was he's featured throughout the Aqua Show, but I think I remember a point where he used to do like a 45-minute pre-show where he spun.
Really?
For 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
And then people were like, is this the show?
We had to wait online for that.
And then he'd throw up for the next 10 minutes.
They would ask the staff. They would get up and ask the staff, excuse me, is this the show? Is it the man rotating for 2 hours?
Some people.
I always liked when you, anytime the seas were a little rough or a little windy out, you just went on stage and just bashed the Aqua Show, saying they're not working tonight. They're in the audience drinking right now. We're working. They suck.
Well, because we're the only. I think comics are the only performers who anything could happen on the ship. And we're the only ones who would still go on.
Yes.
Anything else? We've done shows without microphones before.
No sound.
Yes.
The singer lost their voice. The lead singer lost their voice. We got to put the comedy show together. It's too rough. The juggler can't go on. They call us.
Fuck those jugglers.
The captain.
They never can go on.
The captain had a heart attack. Get the comics up on the bridge.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I've been called in many emergency to do a show. Well, at 10:30 in the morning, I had to do one.
What was that deal? What was that about?
The Aqua Show. It was too windy.
Oh, you did. That's right. You were on the outside doing comedy in the Aqua Theater
Outdoors.
at 10. Oh my God!
With the wind
And my
howling.
phone- Yeah, my phone rang at 10:24. I was
You
out.
never answer that goddamn phone.
I know now.
Never.
I was
Never.
passed out. And they were like, "Can you be in the Aqua Theater in 5 minutes to do a set?" What?
Wow. Who was the other comic? Was there another guy with you?
I couldn't even tell you who it was.
Oh, gee, that poor bastard. Wow. I would have paid to see that show.
I would have spun in a
But I
chair
would've-
for a half hour.
Oh, that's
To cover the time.
Did you break out the Trump, outdoor Trump?
I
Give
think
him a little?
I complained about having to be there, and they left.
All right. Well, that's good.
Are
that'll
we
work.
going to see a little bit of our president today? Simeon does an uncanny impression on stage, and it completely destroys in the comedy club.
Simeon has been doing the Trump impression for years. And now on Facebook and other Instagram, there are other comics doing Trump, but they're doing Simeon's Trump. I'm not naming names, but they're doing Simeon's impression
And making a
of
living.
Trump.
And making a living.
And it's crystal clear who they're not doing Trump. They're doing Simeon doing Trump. So continue
Yeah, I've
on.
seen that. I've seen
Yeah.
that. I haven't even, what's so funny is I haven't even done Trump in months. Like,
Yeah,
he was
you
put
didn't
away.
you didn't buy the wig and the red tie and stand in front of a camera in your living room and no.
No, I put him
Oh.
away in February. That was the last time I brought him out.
Well,
Wow.
Donald Trump has had some stage time since February. He was in Tulsa for tomorrow.
2 nights ago.
Oh, that's right.
But anywho,
I always wonder though,
go ahead.
what would Trump think? What would Trump think of the two dicks? I wonder what would Trump's take on the two dicks be?
You guys are really great people. You're doing a lot of very good. And you're not wearing masks because you're better than that. You're better than that. You're better than that. You're not wearing masks. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about wearing masks. And then we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
There you go. Like riding a bike.
That was good, man.
Right
that was
back.
good. That was good to hear that.
Right back at you. There you
That was
go.
awesome.
By the way, guys, we have a couple of you know what for today?
Questions.
There we go. Al, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Simeon, you ready?
Ready?
Okay, we got a couple questions on Instagram. We're at 2dicks2. We people ask us a question. We do it on the next show, and this one is from I never know his last name, Mike, the cruise director. Simeon,
Okay.
how do we pronounce Mike's last name?
Swakowski.
See, I'll never get that. So it's Mike, the cruise director.
Yes.
He asks Simeon, name 3 comics you can't stand working with.
Wait. Well, hold it. Don't answer. Do not include the 2 dicks in that answer. Other than the
No.
2 dicks, who would that be?
Who can't just stand?
Well, obviously I'm not going to answer this.
We know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
But,
That's a funny question, actually.
Yeah.
It is a funny question.
Are they? Would they be found more on the East or West Coast?
Wow.
Let's put it
Oh,
that way.
West Coast for sure.
West Coast. Yeah.
West Coast for sure.
Al Romas putting his detective skills together to get some answers from you.
That's right. Spill the beans, Kirklees.
It's so funny working, because I never worked with comics before I did ships, and it's so interesting seeing the difference between West Coast and East Coast comics. I would say 90% of them, it's just an interesting thing.
Well, you're not a comedy fan. You're not
No.
you didn't intend to be a comedian in any way. You just
No.
got the job and then proceeded from the job. But you just, it wasn't a thing. And you're like, I want to do comedy someday.
He also has a very
Right, I
natural ability on stage. You're very likable. The audience
Yeah, I
engages
never-
in you instantly.
Man, it's all tricks.
Yeah, I never wanted to get into
No.
stand-up comedy. I've never even probably watched a stand-up comedy show. People are like, "Oh, what's your favorite guy to
Yeah.
watch?" I'm like, none.
I
don't wanna hear
remember.
it.
I remember after a show. I said, "Do you want to watch Chappelle?" Had just put out the new special, and I go, "Hey, do you want to watch the Chappelle thing, and you looked at me like, what the fuck? Why would you ask me that? I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. Go jerk off. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sorry, man. All right. Question number 2. We have Samantha Cruz. I wrote my writing. You can see it's not the best.
It's okay.
Cruz chick. She wrote, and we'll do this for Simeon, of course. Favorite comedy club story.
That you know what? Actually, you were present for that. It was when? Do you remember when we were in Studio B when we were performing in there?
Oh, the ice rink.
We were working with a comic from the West Coast.
Oh yes, of course. I know this.
It always goes back to the West Coast.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, this
just
is
to be clear now. I'm living on the West Coast. I'm not from the West Coast, so it's not me.
Right. No, you moved. Yeah, you're exempt.
Okay.
Yes, Simeon, tell that. We'll leave his name out.
Leave his name out.
Even though I don't think he's on any kind of social media. I don't think he could handle it. But
no.
Yeah, give us. That's a great one. I love this story.
I want to say, was he closing that show because it was the first night of the cruise? We were doing a welcome aboard show, and it was the 3 of us. And I can't remember if he closed or not.
I can't remember that part, but
I think it was because I think he closed because I went out and then you went out, and it was like we were.
I think so.
Good.
Yeah, we were done, and we were watching from the back behind the little curtain. And
our producers would like to apologize for the power failure that we experienced. Please enjoy this.
all my magic tricks. I showed you all my songs. Whatever. I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's why this is better. I can sit here and bullshit with Alfred for 20
this is
minutes
great.
and never ends.
This is going to get us through it. It's helping me so much.
I got a 2-page letter about that joke about making fun of people at home.
Really?
And her point was, this is what she said: if you don't like something, then keep your mouth shut and just go about your life. You don't need to comment on it.
Oh.
Well, McFly.
Oh.
Hello.
So no freedom of speech. Just shut down and ignore.
No,
okay.
But it is. We
you.
are an ultra-sensitive society, and certain things obviously have to be changed. But it's kicking the door down to ultra-sensitivities. I posted a picture of a Porsche in a handicap spot parked sideways. I posted it and made a silly reference. I don't even know what the reference was. And I started being attacked by people saying, well
I was offended.
No, they just said,
that was offensive.
There are handicapped people that worked very hard to be able to purchase a Porsche, and the only place they can park it, it's everybody's.
I thought you said porch.
No, Porsche.
Oh, Porsche. I thought you were talking about a Porsche, and somebody put a Porsche from their house, like the front of in a parking spot. I thought that was outrageous.
And delete.
Simeon, will you get to Disney while they're reopened now? Will you be heading there? Simeon's a big Disney guy. Will you head down there?
No, I'm not heading down there. I like theme parks, but this is not it just won't be fun. It just won't be fun wearing a mask, walking 5 miles around Epcot.
100 degrees, mask. You're not going to enjoy that? That's not fun?
Yeah, that just sounds like torture.
What about the barbershop quartet? Do they wear a mask?
They probably won't be performing. I was just reading a thing where they're not gonna. Anything that draws a crowd will not be taking place. So fireworks, parades, anything like that.
Wow.
Now,
musical
here's something. I've been hearing a lot of fireworks on the weekends here. So I don't know how they're doing it. It's happening, miles away, but I can hear pop, 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 pop. So they're obviously doing it for somebody, but.
Are you sure that's not protest?
Yeah, that's protest out here.
Only on weekends. They only protest on weekends here.
Yeah.
So you moving into the Chaz?
No, they were actually fireworks. There's fireworks displays. I don't know. People are doing.
I have a gig in the Chaz coming up in end of July, 7 through 9. Mm-hmm.
Nice a little Snake Plissken action.
I think I'm the first comic. I think I was the first booking, but I'm bringing my stuff there, and we'll slap that ass and see how it works.
I don't know what it's going to be like when we all get rolling again. I think it's going to be so weird.
I can't. Everything. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I just can't. I'm ready though. I'm ready to go. I'll go tomorrow. Yeah.
I would go tomorrow too. Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah.
Let's
do it. Did
this
you
100 and
go ahead?
Huh?
Hmm?
No, I say this. I mean, I'm loving this $123 check from unemployment. It's kind of nice living like that. But at the same time,
sweet
I'm
life.
An artist.
I don't need much. I'm an artist. Oh my goodness! Hey, did you hear about Hughley passed out on stage performing down in Florida?
Yeah.
Was it Florida or?
No, it was
South Carolina,
I believe Nashville,
Tennessee. Tennessee. And then he tested positive for COVID.
Oh, he did. I didn't see that part.
Is that true? Is that confirmed?
I didn't see the COVID part.
You're the one breaking the news, and you're asking us if it's confirmed.
Well, when you see something and then you repeat it, and you're realizing, oh, wait a minute, I didn't fact check that.
I don't know. I didn't hear about the COVID part. I saw the video, though. Did you see the video where he's sitting on the stool?
Yeah.
And he's in the middle of a joke, and he just...
Like he was performing on an ice rink. He went down.
Yeah. And then the guy, I love the guy going, I got you. And then he drops him. I'm like, oh, thanks, buddy. Good work.
Good dump.
Did you hear the
good
MC?
Work.
Did you hear the MC in the clip go, don't worry, folks, everything's just fine.
Yeah, they had the mayor of Jaws as the MC.
Damn, go in the water.
That's a good reference. That was good. Oh, crap.
Oh, man.
All right, so what do you want to tell people? What do you want to tell people about dealing with the pandemic and getting through it? Any advice?
Yes, I would tell people to stay off of social media. I think
except to watch this.
After this.
Except to watch this. But people now, Facebook and all that stuff, they're just typing these paragraphs and paragraphs of their opinion. And it's like, nobody cares. I think Facebook makes people think they're a lot more important than they really are. Mm-hmm. It's like, are we sitting here going through the diary of some guy from 1890 going, gee, I wonder what gripes this guy had. Nobody gives a shit because they're dead and gone. And we're going to be too. So stop it on the Facebook with your opinions.
You're right. And we say this every week here that nobody knows anything about returning to work. Everyone has I heard it's going to be September. You didn't hear anything.
Nobody
didn't hear anything. You didn't hear. What do you mean you heard? You know what I mean? But I heard. No, you didn't. It's you don't know. Nothing's definite. Nothing happened. So, but that's every entertainer. I hear it's going to be. Shut up.
So we don't know. We have no idea.
Go play guitar. No, we don't.
I told you I thought it was going to be June, Al. All
right. So, once again, Simeon, where are you now? What state? I think you said. Did you say North Carolina or South?
North Carolina.
Okay. And what is it you want to tell the folks out there about being safe? What's the best advice you can give them?
Stay home. Wash your hands. Do it very bigly. Do a lot of washing. A lot of soap. Soap, a great thing. A lot of people are using it. A lot of people, they're not using it. You can tell who's not using it. Very greatly. It's a very smelly thing, believe me. But Irish Spring.
Thank you for coming on Talking Dicks. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. And we will all be working together at some time in the future.
I hope. Thanks a lot, Simeon. Always great seeing you, man. I hope to see you in person soon.
And be safe.
Yes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Take care.
Best wishes. Happy 2020.
Woohoo.
Subscribe. Mary.